this is what people come for.
Yeah, the heavy artillery, as we put it. As in boxing, they love the heavyweights.
And this is Alfred Nugebar from Austria. No stranger. Nuge's been here before. He was 7th last year.
He's just a little thin and stringy for this grouper. Just needs more muscle, more thickness, more density.
What I saw yesterday is going to be tough to beat Christian or DeMay. A couple of guys coming up there just so much bigger, well-defined. And that's no shot against Nugebar because obviously in Austria he is very well thought of.
Yes.
Once again, in the world he finished 7th last year.
Posing very well, very much into his routine.
Calves will hurt him, won't they?
A little bit, yes.
Alfred Nugebar.
10 years ago,
Back lat spread, there he goes. Into lunge pose.
One of the greatest works ever heard in the world of
From Austria. This is heavyweight
This work
competition.
opened new ways and musical instructions.
You will see some very, very big
all
people.
over the world. Not only as the
Very nice pose.
soundtrack,
We've decided 3 of the
tubular bells.
areas. Lightweight, Will Sylvester, middleweight, Natachek. Light heavyweight class, that was captured by Rich Inspired. This is Alfred Nugebar. This is what it's all about. Nice looking guy. Mr. Universe, that's what he's after. You like his routine?
I like his routine. I don't like his music. There's no melody you can follow. It's just sort of background. He's executing the poses well, but the music is very unmemorable, to put it mildly.
Keep waiting for a spaceship to take off or something.
Yes. Other than
All right, Alfred Nugebar. All right, here's an interesting guy, Naber and Anus from Finland, but he is the guy who defected from Russia. What's going on in the Iron Countries?
That's an interesting situation in Russia. They are imitating the West and the Americans in particular in bodybuilding now. We're going to see more Russians on stage representing Russia, I predict, within 3 years. But now it's sort of closeted, as we say these days, and in the basements, and they're not out and open about their bodybuilding.
Chris, is he a little soft?
A little soft, big soft, I'm sorry to say. It's taking its toll on him. A lot of thickness, a lot of size, just doesn't pop out of it. It's not just hard and defined.
Representing Finland, Naber and Anus. Affected, been very popular around the hotel, around the pool.
Very nice fella, very enthusiastic, hard-working.
Now, do you like his routine?
I like his routine. It's very deliberate, very strong. It sort of fits his body, if you know what I mean.
All right, coming up next is last year's runner-up, DeMay from Holland. Chris asked him if he's better prepared for the competition this year.
I wasn't confident because I knew I made some mistakes. But I learned from that, so that's why I'm better this year, because I saved some weight. I'm more than 10 pounds heavier now. And most of the guys, when they get heavier, they're not hard and lean, but I'm as lean as last year, and 10 pounds heavier. So I learned from last year. Bodybuilding is it's in the first place a real sport, but on the other hand, it has to do with show. So the people they can see on your face everything, how you act, how you feel. So, and I think that makes a big difference when you are there on stage and you know I'm good.
You know, last year, Chris, DeMay had superior definition going against Bob Paris. He took the first round by 7, placing to 8th for Paris, but Paris went into the lead as we get a look at the tattoo I want to talk to you about. And, you know, Paris went into the lead, and DeMay really was nervous. I thought you made a great point talking to him. I want to ask you about the tattoo. Does that hurt you?
It does. His is sort of not a major one. Doesn't really detract. But tattoos, if you don't have one, don't get one. If you want to compete in bodybuilding, they can't hurt.
I like his music, Rocky.
Yeah. He's with it.
He is tremendous. Look at the body on him. But I tell you, Chris, one thing I think hurts him is the lower back. I'm not sure that somebody's taught him how to pose, because he's going to get all he wants from Christian, who does know how to pose and accentuate that lower back.
Christian has a lot of charisma, a lot of animal magnetism. He's just winning the crowd. His lower back, you're right about that, could be harder. A little bit of excess tissue around there. You've got to just be so perfect in these events.
Chris, is he overposing? His muscles seem to be jittery a little bit.
Okay,
you
know what he's
overpose?
doing? He's overposing, hitting it too hard, and therefore shaking. He's rushing it. He's trying to get too many poses in. Better to do fewer poses, hit them hard, be poised, than try to squeeze in too many.
Once again, Barry DeMay was second a year ago to the United States, Bob Paris. And this year, if you go according to chalk, it would be DeMay against Christian. That seems to be the word around here. Those are the two. Look at this pose.
Here's a grab shot, as we say. A lot of muscularity.
Boy, you talk about definition.
See, when he flexes, it's very hard. When he's standing, semi-relaxed, as we say, he's not as hard as he could be.
Barry DeMay, second a year ago in the Mr. Universe contest, trying to capture the top spot. All right, from Sweden, Christer Erikson. Now, this is a younger look, isn't it? This is a young guy. Boy.
A teeny bopper. But look at that body. That kind of development, that age.
Got a teeny bopper song, too.
Yeah.
There's no dummy.
That's it.
Rugged.
Now, it's not that mature muscular look, but it's happening. He's on the way to it. But following DeMay is hard anyway. And with him following DeMay, he won't look as impressive as he would normally. It's not his advantage.
Chris, he needs work on his abdominals, it looks like. Is that true?
Yeah, overall, yeah. Legs a little behind, too. Here again, he's tall. A taller man has to really have those legs, or he tends to look strung out.
Watching Christer Erikson, heavyweight competition, Mr. Universe. Erikson is a personal guy. Once again, the people around the hotel have just been delighted with what has gone on with the bodybuilder. There's Erikson. Nice routine. Well, at the top of the show, Chris talked about his favorite in the heavyweight division. We've seen Barry DeMay, and now it's time to talk to another guy who's right up there, Mike Christian. Let's listen in.
And I suppose if the bookies favored anybody here in Vegas, it'd be Mike Christian.
All right.
You agree with him?
Yes, of course.
You sound very positive, Mike. And your confidence must come out of knowledge of your physique, how you respond to your training, your own methods of nutrition. Want to tell us about that a little bit?
Sure. Well, I've been training the last 10 years for in bodybuilding. And the last 10 weeks for this particular contest, training intense training. That's 6 days a week, hour and a half in the morning, an hour and a half in the evening. Dieting, very low calories, low fats, and medium carbohydrates. And as far as my training, I train very hard and very intense. And I more or less play with it. You know, if I don't feel like training real hard, if my body says, no, I can't push 500-pound bench press today, I won't do it.
I've seen you train. You train like a demon. And the weights you handle, incredible. A typical week for you in your training. You've sort of described it, but how do you divide your body parts?
What I do is, for instance, Monday I'll come in, I'll do the push-pull program. Monday I'll come in, I'll do chest, shoulders, triceps, all pressing movement. The next day, Tuesday, I'll come in, I'll do back, biceps, all pulling movements. And the third day I come in, I'll just do legs, because legs are a big part of your body, and you need at least a day to do them correctly and properly.
It takes a lot of energy, legs. That's half your body.
Yeah, after I do them, I can't walk, especially the way I train.
And how about nutrition? Now, everybody's got, carbohydrates, some high, some low, high protein. What are your ideas on that? What works for you?
Yeah, what I do is I go on pretty much about 150 to 200 grams of protein for my body weight. I think that's what works for me. Carbohydrates, I go fairly medium to high. You need the carbohydrates to train for the energy. And I just watch my fats. The last 5, 6 weeks for a show, I cut out milk, bread, and more or less all the starchy and dairy products.
Okay, now the big question, the honest question. What is your weakness, Mike Christian?
I have no weaknesses. None. Zero.
Now that's called high self-esteem. I guess you got to have that. You really must believe. Listen, Mike Christian came from a tough background. He has made it. It's not been easy.
He's overcome a great deal, and here he is in all of his muscular endowment. Incredible physique.
And look at him play to the crowd. He was the only one, I mean the only one, Chris, at the weigh-in that played to the crowd. He understands the charisma part of it.
He loves it. He's a hand. He's a hand.
Like Christian with his great upper body. The calves are going to be slim. We've talked about that. Genetically, it's going to be a problem. How do you build up the calves?
But you know, he's improved 100% since last year on his calves. Genetically, it's a hard part for some people. High repetitions are very, very good. I believe in 25 to 30 repetitions per set. Not so much heavy, but just burn them. Get the blood in there.
This is a great routine he's got going.
Yep.
Love that. Like Christian. Will he be Mr. Universe? He's going to have to beat up Barry DeMay.
It's awesome. That sort of power, size.
Chris, what's Barry DeMay thinking right now?
He's probably not thinking anything and probably not even looking at him. He doesn't want to see him.
An excellent routine by Christian. That takes care of the individual stuff. Comparison, Moses, that's all coming up on ESPN. Stick around. Down. These are the best 6 in the world.
It's such an honor just to be among these men. When you think of all the heavyweights in the whole world.
Chris, the one we did not show because of time, Mark Hintz from Canada, is the 6th competitor. The 2 favorites, once again, DeMay and Christian.
I'd like to see them side by side.
All right, let's take a look at the side chest.
Yep.
DeMay is just huge.
They're very different. They're both tall, of course, but different weaknesses, different strengths. DeMay is, in a sense, maybe more even, but he lacks Christian's thickness.
Plus, look at the lower back right there.
Lower back,
the lower back.
That tells
I
it.
have to believe is going to hurt him.
That is probably.
You know, Chris, the assignment on stage is at random. It has nothing to do with where they're standing. You see Christian first, Erikson.
Oh, nothing to do with it at random. They're
No,
just standing.
it's just how they were assigned. Because that question came up early in the day, sitting around the lobby talking about it.
It's going to be very interesting to see what the judges do. DeMay, remember, was 2nd last year. Christian was not even in it. This is Christian's first try at it. So he may have to wait till next year. We're going to see.
Bob Paris from the United States was the winner a year ago. DeMay was 2nd. Lautler from Germany was 3rd. Janix from Austria was 4th. They are not involved this year. You know, Chris, last year the Americans won 3 out of the 5 classes. Of course, we had the bantamweight, the competition in Singapore, and once again, no bantamweight competition this year. But the United States has really dominated bodybuilding.
We really have the best nutrition. We know more, best training equipment.
Here they go.
Night and day. Now, this is a fight to the finish. This is blood.
60-some countries here.
Going for the gold.
10 involved in the finals. Well,
he doesn't even
says,
want
I get off
part
to
of
the
that.
side. This is fun.
Now, here's Christian and DeMay side by side.
Unlike the special teams in football, they don't take their helmets off once in a while and throw a few punches. They'll keep it clean, I guess. This is the pose down. This is the most fun for me because they really get after it. Well, who do you like?
Different positions. I'm not going to say.
Who do you like out there,
very,
folks?
very good.
Do you like DeMay? Do you like Christian? Do you like Erikson? Who's glad I'm sitting here just popping off instead of making a decision.
Doing the same poses there. Pose for pose. Both showing the backs.
I'm not sure if I'm DeMay, I do that next to Christian. Because
Not on the back, no.
Not the
the
back.
other poses, yes.
Oh,
if
his
I were
upper
DeMay,
body's
I'd
great.
display my legs.
Got great legs.
Yes.
Look at the upper body. But look at the back compared to Christian right there.
That's it. He's showing his weakness.
Well, the judges had a last look to make their selection. And who's it going to be?
It's going to be tough.
They don't want to leave the stage, do they? Well, I'll tell you, DeMay and Christian.
Sportsmanship
Yes,
again.
right there. This is the fourth and final class. This is the heavyweight class. There's the second place finisher last year, DeMay.
Wow, that's
Right
exciting.
next to Anus. They don't want to leave the stage.
This is when you don't want to hear your name. You want to hear your name, but not yet.
All right, but we're going to hear somebody's name. We're going to hear about the winners. So are you. Stick around. All of the action from Caesar's Palace right after this.
And here is the sixth place goes to Canada, Mark Hintz.
So Mark Hintz picks up the sixth spot. I was kind of impressed with him. I think a little outclassed on this particular day, but there are other days.
Yes, Herb, in this group. Being sixth, he's happy being sixth.
Mark Hintz. All right, let's find out who's number 5.
In fifth place, receiving the Silver Jubilee Trophy from Austria, Alfred Neugebauer.
Neugebauer was 7th a year ago, so he moves up. Let's find out who the 4th place winner is.
In fourth place, from Sweden, Krista Erikson.
You know, next year, Erikson will be on his home boards because the contest will be in Sweden. He's got to like that.
He's looking forward to that, I'm sure. You're going to see a lot of progress in this next 12 months.
Did you see Christian get in the middle there? As we
Oh,
did
yes.
with
I told you he
Erikson?
was a ham, didn't I?
Let's find out the third guy. Christian.
That's great. In third place, receiving the trophy as well as the bronze medal of these championships from Finland, Olev Panos.
Wow.
You'll hear more from this guy. Once again, perfected. All right, who's it going to be?
This is it, folks.
Oh, here we go.
And here are the last two. They hug already before I announce who is second and first. That's great sportsmanship. In second place, winning the silver medal from Holland, Barry DeMay.
Boy, almost an apologetic announcement from
Wow.
Albert Buzak. And look at DeMay's face and look at Christian. It's a shame that somebody has to lose because they were so
it's
close,
true.
Chris.
It's absolutely true. It's very close. And they're both such great champions. It's too bad, as you say, one has to win, one has to settle for second.
Mike Christian, the winner. Let's
Great
go back
winner.
and get it from Albert Buzak.
And here is our world champ in the heavyweight category, Mike Christian, USA.
Boy, that's what it's all about. Betty and Joe Weider raise the hand of the champion, Mike Christian.
If a smile on a face tells it all, that tells it all. Mr. Universe.
Mr. Universe.
Chris, I got to ask you,
1984,
Mike Christian
Mike
versus
Christian.
previous champions, does he stack up?
He more than stacks up, Herb. He's among the best ever. 5 years ago, you didn't see that kind of size and muscularity, that combination. It's unheard of.
All right, what's ahead for Barry DeMay? He has finished second 2 years in a row.
I predict Barry DeMay will come back even better and win the darn thing. He's got to.
I'll tell you one thing, these guys cannot just walk in and get a suit off the rack, and I include you too. Where do you guys get your clothes?
Well, you know, Verb, that's why we stay in sweat clothes. We have the world's worst wardrobe.
I don't believe that for a moment. That's what it's all about. Mr. Universe, and our champion in the heavyweight classification is Mike Christian. It was tough. It was close. I would hate to be a judge.
It's
Barry
too bad.
DeMay.
It's too bad that one man has to be second. They're both so impressive.
Mike Christian, so happy. All of that hard work. You live on 300 calories. You sacrifice. It's all paid off here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Mike Christian. He is Mr. Universe. 1984, the winner. And he's still posing.
Yep. Can't stop. Told you he was a ham, didn't I? There he goes.
All right. Christian, the winner. He wins out over DeMay. Stick with us. We'll come back to Las Vegas, Nevada right after this.
Stock market fashion is... The news that shocked the world didn't surprise everyone. 2 months earlier, Business Week readers were warned about stock prices that seemed unsteady. Business Week was then only a few weeks old. Today, the look of the magazine has changed, but not its significance. Business Week interprets, even anticipates, and that's important, because in business, nobody likes to be taken by surprise.
Business Week magazine revealed this week.
Subscribe to Business Week right now, and you'll get 32 issues at the low basic rate of only $24.95. A savings of more than 60% off the cover price. And along with your paid subscription, Business Week will send you one more valuable business tool, the Business Week Solar Calculator, free. Business Week. It's one business opportunity you don't want to miss. Order now.
Phone toll-free, 1-800-544-1000. That's 1-800-544-1000.
Thursday, ESPN makes headlines with live top-ranked boxing. Dio Colomé and Tony Thomas tangle in a welterweight tournament elimination bout. And Olympic silver medalist Willie DeWitt makes his U.S. television debut as a professional heavyweight. It's a knockout night of live action, Thursday.
Tomorrow, Michael Adams and Dominic Presley are the backcourt pair to watch when Boston College bangs the boards against Pitt. Live.
Christian has a chance to talk with Chris.
Mike Christian, Mr. Universe, how does it feel?
Fantastic.
You were confident from the very beginning. You must have known something.
That's true. I trained very hard all year for this, well, all my life really, but all year very hard, very intense, hard training. I did my best. I came in the best shape of my life, and I felt very confident, but you never know. Competition very good, very stiff, and I wish all of us could have been winners.
Well, you really grabbed the audience tonight. They were with you all the way. Fantastic job. Congratulations, Mr. Universe.
Thank you, Mr. Olympia.
So once again, you know, and Chris, it just comes out over and over again. I trained hard, I worked hard, and I came in the best shape of my life, and that's really what it's all about. It's dedication.
The person who does that extra effort, 110%, not 100%.
One more look at our 4 champions. It was a big evening for the United States. There's Rich Gasperi, light heavyweight winner. Behind him, John Natachek, Mike Christian getting the introduction right now, and of course, Will Silvestre.
Representing Great Britain.
So Mike Christian continues to pose. What a scene here. Look at this, Chris.
It's really mind-boggling, very, very inspiring. It's new standards have been set here tonight, I think, caliber-wise, and excellent sportsmanship displayed.
Mr. Universe contest. It's over. It's history. For Chris Dickerson, this is Irv Brown. Thanks for joining us.